more about the PlayStation and stuff and what that's going on with.
Ooh. Oh, baby.
What is this? Cartography Part 5? Episode what? Let's see. I'll find it. Put your head on my shoulder.
I dead ass put mine as cartography episode question mark because I don't know.
This is episode 6.
Really? We've only done 5?
Yeah, this is episode 6.
Bro, I feel like that's not right.
I just looked on
Did you cross-reference the YouTube?
yeah, I went to the YouTube channel and I clicked on the YouTube channel and it was like episode 1 to 5 and I was like, holy fuck, we've only done 5 episodes.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like we've done more.
It feels like we have. But I mean, we have like moments where we're literally just like chilling and chit-chatting it up like we would be doing the podcast. And I guess that kind of feels like it would make it into into podcast episodes, you know?
Yeah, no, I feel that.
So I guess that's what it is really, or the feeling of. But yeah, like, sorry, I'm just getting everything set up on my end.
You're fine. I'm chilling.
So, but yeah, like, so I guess, and I don't know, swapping off of mid shift and coming back to day shift after like a year and a half of being on mid shift is so exhausting. Like, I had to swap my schedule from being awake at 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. to waking up at 5:30 a.m. to get ready for the day and take a shower and all that stuff so I can get to work on time. And it is so tiring. I'm so fucking tired all the time.
Yeah, same, bro.
Like, I'm ready. Oh, you know what I did last night with Casey? We started a Pokemon date run night or something like that. I don't know what to call it, but we looked at all of our Pokemon games and we fucking spread them all out and everything, and flipped them all upside down. And then I had her pick one, and when she picked one, we flipped it over. We took a look at what Pokemon game it was, and it was Pokemon Moon. So we decided to do Pokemon Sun and Moon again and play through it together again. Good morning, Shads. How are you?
Hi, Dave. I'm tired, Dave.
Yeah, I made a joke yesterday during stream where I was talking about everybody knows a Dave.
Dick move, Dave.
That's
what we call Dave is Dick move Dave because he did something once. I can't remember what it was. We were like, man, that's a dick move, Dave. Everyone was like, dick move, Dave. Like, yeah, fuck you, Dave. And Dave said he was a dick.
Dude, we were playing Dragon Quest yesterday, and we were playing one of the side characters like missions where everybody got split apart. And you had to like do the Tales of series, like you remember like the Tales of Appa, or for instance, or like Tales of Iroh. It was like one of those kind of moments in Dragon Quest where it was like the tales of this character, and you played as that character during this calamity or whatever. And everybody, like literally every single fucking party member you had like a Dave in that shows up at some point during their little Tales of experience, and it's always a different Dave. But everybody had a Dave. But yeah, I mean, so Anyway, I'm trying to adjust, man. I'm trying to adjust to this.
Nah,
I
that sounds like a shit, dude. Like that's
yeah.
actual trash.
I'm, so-
Wait
I'm
till
sorry.
wait till the thing. Wait till the thing, because I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know if you've told your stream. So like,
it's
wait
not
till
a
the thing.
surprise. It's not a surprise anymore.
Oh,
We
okay.
people know. People know. So you're good. You were the
Okay.
first one to know. You were the first person to know that Casey was pregnant.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Wait till fatherhood, bro. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
this shit's
I'm so
trash.
excited.
That's just
I'm so
trash.
excited.
The first, because is Casey gonna breastfeed or y'all gonna formula? Have
She's
y'all-
gonna breastfeed. Both
This
actually, but
trust me, it's trash. Because the thing is, because Casey's gonna want to stab you first,
yeah.
and the reason isn't even delivery. Like delivery's whatever, but like it's gonna be the wake up, baby's hungry, and you're just like, uh, my
Can't
titties
do
don't do
nothing.
nothing, and
Yeah.
so she's just gonna like turn and look at you like you're useless. When we had Sparta, Aaron referred to me as useless nipples for about 6 months.
uh, Thank you for the raid, King Skeletor. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to this stream. We're doing our podcast today. I'm trying to wake
Be a
up.
person.
I'm trying to exist in the world. Thank you so much for the raid, man. How's everybody doing? King Skeletor, how is Persona 5 going? I hope it's going well. I'm sure Zero and Shad's being there is also kind of a benefit. They know a lot about P5 at least, or like original P5. I don't
Yo,
really know.
shout out to Zeros and Shads because they're the real MVPs.
I swear to God, dude. Swear to God. Zero and Shads are out here, man. They know like literally everybody that I know via streaming, like they are either like existing within their chat or like boosting them. You know what I mean? Like, you need to check out this streamer, or we need to go rate this person, and things like that. No problem. It is great. We are in Size Palace. Yo, Size Palace is nice. You are sensei when it comes to Persona. Oh, thanks. Persona is like my life, man. But yeah, so I'm just trying to exist right now. I just woke up not too long ago. Thomas is talking to me about parenthood. I don't know what my life is. I'm just trying to exist on the world. But no, Thomas, what I was saying was Casey's doing both. So she's doing natural and she's doing like bottled or
Are y'all
to
so y'all
like
gonna get like a pump?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, they
That
suck.
way like when it yeah.
Like they like ha
They would
but not like
I would imagine that that's what they
but
would do. That's kind of the job.
so
You got too close
like
to this toxin.
so like something to always like take into consideration is actually like she could exclusively like this is this fun factoid boys. She could exclusively pump and she would not have to um breastfeed all the time. But the thing is she needs to breastfeed ever so often because the baby's saliva reacts with her areola and it tells her body what nutritions the baby needs. So her milk will change as the baby changes, as the baby's needs change.
I'm tracking. That sounds fucking crazy, in my opinion. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it, man.
You're
But
not.
look,
It's fine. It's
look,
fine. It's perfectly fine. Just don't call me at 3 a.m. Like, Thomas, listen. What am I
you know I
supposed to
will
do,
too.
bro?
You know I will too.
And I'm gonna be like, bro, look, don't ask me because I don't fucking know. But also, like, yeah, yeah, my daughter turns 5 today.
Humans are interesting. Yeah, they are. Yes, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Which one? Which child? There's so many kids I keep up with, dude. Like my friends' children. I don't remember like names at all, and I feel terrible.
It's Stormy's birthday. Stormy turns
Oh yeah,
5.
Stormy, Sparta, Stormy, and then what's
Tyrael.
the Tyrael? That's right. Okay, sorry.
Yes, Dave.
Sorry.
She turns 5.
You have to let me like refresh my brain. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, dude. I've
Yeah,
slept
tell
since
Stormy
then.
I said happy birthday.
I will.
And then chat say happy birthday to Stormy. What are y'all doing?
Heathens.
But you fucking heathens. Look, so first thing I want to go ahead and point out, right? So Final Fantasy 14, they announced a new. I think they announced a new, a new DLC or something. Happy birthday, Stormy! Thank you, Zero. So Zero says happy birthday, Stormy.
You're the
Um,
real MVP.
the first thing I want to do is talk about Final Fantasy 14, okay, dude? Because look, okay. So right when I woke up this morning, I had a notification from Square, and it said that Final Fantasy 14, so it's getting like a new expansion. I think it was. It said endless something. I forget, but it was talking about coming to PS5,
Mm.
right? So I don't know if it's saying Final Fantasy. Honestly, Zero and Shads are Final Fantasy 14 lovers. It's called Endwalker. Okay, so it's the new expansion called Endwalker coming to PlayStation 5 and PC users. I haven't looked too much into it. I think that's something that we can cover later on after like there's more information being put out for it.
Is 14
Uh,
still subscription based?
Yes, 14 is still subscription based. I do want to get back into playing 14 though, man. Like in all honesty, like 14 was a good MMO. It was. I mean, not originally when it first came out, but when A Realm Reborn came out, then it became a good MMO because the original Final Fantasy 14 was garbage.
The only
But
thing that sucked is if
PS4
you got
players
it
did
on
really like that.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like, cause PlayStation you had to pay for fucking Plus, and then you had to pay for fucking the subscription.
That's me. That's what I did. I did all that. I paid for PS Plus and paid for the subscription pay. Um, they announced a new island and 2 new classes. See, they're doing big moves on 14, dude. I'm telling you, man. We should get into playing Final Fantasy 14 on a computer. I'm saying it now. We should get into it. I already have played quite a bit. Like I'm in the newer expansion, not the newest, I guess, because Endwalker, but I'm in fairly far into the game. But like you have to each class starts at like level 1. You know what I mean? So like
Mhm.
even if you get a class, your starting class, and you get that bitch up to like level 60, for instance, and you're like, well, this is cool, but I want this character to be this other class. Then you start back at level 1. You have level 1 gear. You know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting because it has a constant renewal thing to it, right? So like you're like, well, that was cool. I liked playing through the story specific this specific story of this character's class. Now I want to play this specific story of this class, right? So it's like I played through as being a black mage story quest, right? And it's like, oh, that was cool. Now I want to be a white mage, and then you pick up the white mage, and then like you can take those two classes and like merge them into like a new class, like a red mage, for instance. You know what I mean? So like I think that's really cool. Like you have to put this work in and make sure that your character class, like you build what you want it to be, right? So like I started off as a paladin when I played, and I stayed a paladin for quite a long time. I maxed it out and everything, and I constantly kept getting like better and better gear. And then after a while, I was like, well, this was fun, but I want to swap to something that's a little bit more DPS based, I guess. So I swapped to the warrior class, which is just you have a big ass sword, right? And I did that and I maxed that one out. And by the time that I maxed that one out, I got to the newest DLC, not the new one, but the newer one, I guess. And I picked up like Dark Knight, and I was able to take like some of the skills that I learned from being a paladin and then some of the skills that I learned from being a warrior and put it into my Dark Knight and play it like that. And that, I'm telling you, like this game's got it down, dude. This whole MMO has been, in my experience from playing through it, has been amazing. I wouldn't say it's my favorite MMO. Surprisingly, my favorite MMO is Star Wars: The Old Republic, and that's because like it is an MMO, but it feels like it can be a single player experience.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Let's see what chat's saying. God damn, they're blowing me up. I'm sorry, I've been missing chat. Um, Also the data server crossover. Oh yeah, okay. So there is the thing, the data server crossover, right? So what that is they took they opened up the server listing, right? So now EU players can play with people in America and they can actually see each other, which used to not be a thing.
Hmm.
So have you played 14?
Not since release.
Damn, son. It's been a while then.
I just like I'm a I fall out of MMOs like super fast. It's mostly because like I don't really have people to consistently play with. Um
Right,
so like MMOs are like a flavor of the month for me.
right.
We like 2 months ago, me, Jacob, and Refined were playing BDO, and then
I remember that. I remember that
and
because Jacob
then
was trying to get me on that.
yeah, and then we were playing BDO, and then fell off of BDO because grinding is boring.
Fair enough.
Grinding in a non-competitive environment is boring, but
There you go.
because like BDO, like you hit the ceiling so fast, it's
Right.
just like gear optimization at that point, and then all the loot's like RNG. So with sub 1% bullshit.
Um, so they said they're redoing one of the class. So 3 will be 2 healers and 2 support buff mages. Red mage is a separate class. You can change to every class on one character. Cross class skills are gone. They completely. Oh wow, really? So they got rid of my cross class skills in Shadowbringers. Oh, that's when I was doing it. I would love to Discord sometime with you people. Well, it comes in 6.0. Dude, the game changed since you played Stormblood so much. Really? That's kind of sad. Now I'm upset. I'm gonna if I get back into it, I have to like edit my character and shit again. Thomas, would you be interested in playing the Old Republic with me?
I think I have it downloaded. I
I love
think.
the Old Republic, and the best thing about it is like you don't need like a full party to play the Old Republic.
No, yeah,
You
it's
know?
like it's basically like a single player Star Wars game, but also like at the same time, man, didn't they just announce like new Star Wars stuff? And
Yes,
one of them is the Old
yes,
Republic.
dude! I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's my favorite game of all time. So they better not fuck it up, because they fuck it up and be mad as shit. Okay, but they and they're making Gray Jedi canon again, so that's cool. I think they're saying something along the lines that Ahsoka is supposed to be a Gray Jedi at this point, right? But the only way that they're going to actually like canonize it is that in this like next series that they put out outside of the Mandalorian, because I'm pretty sure the Mandalorian is going to leave off and then Obi-Wan's going to start, right? So I
I
think it's
think
something along
it's going to be like concurrent like
yeah, it's going to happen at the same time.
releases, but Obi-Wan is like a prequel because it's
Yeah,
got to happen. And
yeah.
then the new movie or whatever they're making, The High Republic, is hundreds of years ago. And then what else is there? I know we're getting one open world game by Ubisoft, which I'm actually hyped for. And everyone was like, oh, Ubisoft. And I'm like, bro, their open world games are flames. Like, I don't know what the
Bro,
fuck you're bitching about.
Ubisoft does so well
It's just some of
with
their
these kinds of
IPs are
games.
trash,
Yeah. I
like
mean
Far
like
Cry.
one thing that a lot of people forget is Ubisoft made probably the 2 best Naruto games that were ever created,
Ultimate
and
Ninja
nobody
Storm
knows about it.
4?
Yes, better than Ninja Storm 4. I played the shit out of Ninja Storm 4. I will say that. I can say that. I played that game religiously. I played it competitively, and I met the Hokage rank, okay? I can say that they had 2 better games than Ninja Storm 4. And those 2 games were Road to Ninja and Broken Bonds. Those 2 games were fucking amazing. They were open world Naruto games, right? Where you had Naruto as an RPG essentially. Like you start as Naruto, you build up, right? Like you essentially like you get XP points and then you spend those XP points in like jujitsu or ninjutsu or taijutsu or whatever, right? And like you can increase your chakra, you can increase your health points, things along those lines. You could learn new jutsu, etc., etc. Like people forget that this game exists because it came out on the Xbox 360, right? And these games were fire, dude. Like I could leave the village, go tree hopping and go all the way to the sand village.
That's kind
Or
of
I
sick.
could leave the village and go tree hopping and go to that village that you find or that Naruto found Tsunade in. You know, like there's things like that that happen. And people forget that that game exists. That was probably one of the best Naruto game series that was ever released, and nobody ever remembers it because of the Storm series and like Clash of the Ninja series. Because Ubisoft sold their rights to make the Naruto games because at the time it was just Naruto. It wasn't Shippuden or anything like that. So they didn't really see it going anywhere past the arc where Sasuke and Naruto fought.
Mhm.
So they ended up selling it. And the Ubisoft guy was like, "Fuck, man! I wish we kept it because we could have done more with the Shippuden series. They could have done so much more with the Shippuden series, but they sold it. They sold it to they sold all the rights to whoever it is that makes the Ultimate Ninja series now.
Bandai Namco, I think it
Yeah,
is.
Namco. They sold all their stuff back to Namco because they had bought the stuff to make the game, and then it didn't go over as well as they wanted, and they ended up turning around and selling it back. Last, you get away from that couch. So didn't they say Old Republic was supposed to shut down and then it didn't? Yes, it was supposed to shut down and then it didn't because they updated the game and now it works. Or that was like years ago, but yeah, they made the two 360 Naruto games. They did. They made the two 360 Naruto games and they were amazing. They were amazing games. Honestly, like I remember beating Clash of the Ninja and then setting it down for 5 minutes, then being like, I want to play it again. And I brought it back and I put it back in my 360 tray and played it again. This the same day that I beat it. And it was like a long game, dude. Like you had to explore. Like you had a whole world that you could go out and explore into, right? Like there were parts where you had to use Naruto Shadow Clone Jutsu to like build a bridge to get over certain areas.
I actually think I vaguely remember this.
Yeah. It was an amazing game. Both of them were. Or like you would have to play as Naruto. Sometimes you would play as Sasuke too, so that was the thing. Like you would swap back and forth between the two. But like you couldn't customize Sasuke, right? Because he was just a periodic playing character. So they made him like up to date with each arc that you were playing in. Anyway, so you would like go out in the world, you would adventure, you could find coins in the game that you could turn around and like sell back for like new items or like item upgrades and stuff like that. Like you could upgrade your kunai knives, you could upgrade them to have like electricity on them, or you could have them like throw 3 of them at once, and like so on and so forth. Like there were things like that. And I like the combat style. The combat in the game was a lot like kind of how I would say like Tekken or Street Fighter works, right? So you have like the two characters and they're facing each other, and you can like dart to the sides and stuff like that, you know.
Mhm.
But you could like, if I remember correctly, you could like hit somebody and you can knock them out of the arena, and then you would transition to a different arena. So, like for instance, if you were fighting Sasuke at the Valley of the End and you're fighting on this like stone thing, you could punch Sasuke. He would go flying out of the fucking arena. He would skid across the ground and smash into a wall. Then the next thing you know, like you're fighting on the side of the wall, right? Or then you're fighting on the water or whatever. You know, like those are things that can happen, and like, it was amazing. And it did really well, actually. It did really, really well. I got my copy because my mom was in Japan. She mailed it to me.
I think a lot of animes need more like games like that.
I agree. I agree. Like the SAO anime was, or the SAO video game that they put out where it was like Gun Gale or whatever. That was the dumbest thing I've ever played in my life.
But
Like I played it for 10 minutes and then I threw it away.
what is it called? Fatal Bullet. I beat
Yeah,
it.
Fatal Bullet. Fatal Bullet. Yeah, I played it for like 12 seconds and then I was like, I don't want to fucking touch this, and I tossed it
I
away.
played it just like for the sake of playing it, and it felt like a rip off of if you ever played Dot Hack.
Yeah.
Like it felt like that. It felt like a Uber Dot Hack rip off.
Dot Hack was like before SAO, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
I think they did it better. I think they did it better than SAO, in my personal opinion.
Well, just
Mass
like
Effect Legendary.
I think that Gun Gale was just not the setting to do it. Like,
I
you
agree.
could have
I
done the
think more people
original
would have
one
been
and it would have
excited
been
for it.
fine.
Exactly. I think more people would have been more excited about the original one versus Gale. You know. Zero says Mass Effect Legendary Edition cuts the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer in favor of making single player improvements. Good.
But also, I
Good.
heard that they're not including the DLC or something.
I thought the DLC was. I thought all the DLC was coming with the game.
Something said that one of the DLC packets wasn't coming. I can't remember which one.
I'm pretty sure they're rewriting the ending of Mass Effect 3. Like all 40 DLC packs are included. So that's I mean that's huge to look at cuz this thing is going to be like what? It was going to be like $90 or something like that for all 3 of the games or some shit. I don't remember. But with all the DLC included, Pog play.
I hope it's
Pog.
I hope it's worth the revisit because,
Yeah.
I wish they did mechanical improvements to 1. Like that would be
Yeah.
sick.
Well, I mean they're going
Because
to
if you play if
graphically
you
enhance that at
because
least.
if you play 2 and 3, they're so mechanically like similar, and then you
Better.
play 1, like 1 feels so dated. Like 1
Yeah.
is going to be a slog
I
because
tried
2 and
playing
3
one on my
play so
computer.
much better.
Yeah. I tried playing one on my computer after I was on a Mass Effect binge for a while, and I was like, well, I don't really give a shit how I play these in order because I know the story, so I'm not gonna play them in order. So I just played 2 first, and then I was like, I guess I'll play 3. So I played 3, and then I was like, I forgot the most of the story from 1, so I guess I'll just go back and play 1. I tried to play 1, and I could not get far in 1. I was like, I don't want to fucking touch this game. It's so fucking bad. Um they will mechanically improve 1. Just pretend the indoctrination theory is real. I would not hope for a 3 ending remake, to be honest. I feel like 3 ended fine. Like people are all pissy because oh my decisions didn't exist or didn't matter or whatever. Like no, it ended the way it should have.
All video games have like it's about
An
hiding the
ending.
illusion of choice, you
Yeah.
know? So like because there
There's
has
still
to
a
be
narrative. There has to
yeah,
be a way that
but there has
it
to
has
be
to
a
progress.
cut like that's it, it's over, you
Yeah,
know? And
absolutely.
how do you do that with a game that's as open as Mass Effect? Like, well, you give the illusion of choice for the ending. That's it.
Absolutely. And like I'm happy with the way that it ended. I mean, what are they gonna do? I know I was reading an article not too long ago that it was talking about changing the ending of Mass Effect or like giving a different ending, a different like flavor or whatever. Um, so that way they could progress with that storyline more rather than doing the Andromeda thing. Because a lot of people didn't like Andromeda. I liked Andromeda. I thought Andromeda was fucking amazing. But me and like 100 other people in the world. You know what I mean?
I
So,
mean, like Shepard's story had to come to an end, like it did. I don't
mhm.
like, and if they chose him to go out like in a essentially like a blaze of glory, like what else is there? You
I
know?
mean, he did exactly what he was set out to do from the first game. Like the Reaper threat was always there from the first game. Like they mention it, no one knows what the fuck it is. And then Mass Effect 2 comes out and they're like, "Oh, that's a Reaper?" You know? And then Mass Effect 3 happens like, "Well, fuck, the Reapers are attacking us." You know, like what were they gonna do? What were they gonna, are they gonna make another Mass Effect game with Shepard? That couldn't happen. He was already like pushing
But
50
but also
in Mass
like
Effect 3.
but also the threat is done. Like what else is there? Like
I
the
mean,
whole
what are they gonna
thing
do?
yeah, like the whole thing is he solved the issue. So
Right.
like what do now? You know?
Like, I think the canon ending was he synergized with the Reaper mind or whatever, and he wiped their fucking mind from destroying galaxies or whatever, and then they left after everything was fucking done. You know, like, yeah, he did it a little bit too late, but I mean, like, it happens, you know? And I don't know, man. I think it ended perfectly fine. I'm not upset with the ending. I wasn't upset with the ending when I beat it. At first, I was like, "Damn, that sucks," but good story. It was a good story. I think so. I'm personally. I mean, I really don't see where they could go with that story anymore, unless they were gonna be like, we're gonna go hunt the Reapers now, and we're gonna destroy their shit.
I mean, unless they
Like
introduce
you and
like
one army.
unless they introduce like huge power creep, which like fall into like anime trope or whatever. Like, oh, you thought that was bad? Well, here's this fucking other thing that's way worse.
Dragon Ball Z.
Like, I don't know. I would rather
I
it.
don't.
I would rather it just end than have some weird like obviously decrease in quality by adding some dumb shit. You
Right.
know?
And I liked the Writer twins. Zero and I both liked the Writer twins. Like I like Zero liked Andromeda too. I really don't see the issue that was from Andromeda. I played Andromeda 3 times now, and yeah, there are some like glitches, but I mean, every game has like fucking glitches in it. Like, that's one thing that irritates me, man. People who just bitch and bitch and bitch about, oh, this game's so glitchy. Like, what were you expecting? It's a video game. Do you just expect it not to have any glitches in it at all? Like, it happens.
I
People
just
have been
like I
exploiting
didn't.
glitches since fucking Nintendo 64
I
existed.
just didn't
Like,
resonate with the story that much. Like it just kind of fell a little flat to me. Nothing like outside of like bugs aside, like it was just one of those like but also like the Mass Effect universe, like I enjoyed it, but I was not consumed by it, you know?
right, right.
Like I wasn't like I'm consumed by like the Halo universe. Like I read the books, I was in it. Like I wanted to be or I wanted to read and consume everything that they had.
And
Where
see, I
Mass
can't stand Halo.
where Mass Effect, I was like, this is a good story. I
Yeah.
like it. But then like I'm neither of those hold a candle to fucking Star Wars. Like I would rather just play a Star Wars game.
I swear to God, right? And I think I said this on the last stream too, but like I recently played that what is it? Fallen Order?
Yeah.
I recently went and
Jedi
played
Fallen
Fallen
Order.
Order. Yeah, and I beat it, and that was an amazing game.
Yo,
But
that end
it was so short. It could have been so
that
much. They could
that
have been so
ending
much with it.
had me though, not gonna
Yeah.
lie. When like
Yep.
I remember because I was streaming I streamed that game and I was sitting there and I was like, boys, like that's fucking Darth Vader. Like, what do we do? I was like, bruh, I'm gonna swing on him. Like who
Yeah.
who the fuck swings on Darth Vader? This guy. Like also, is this gray hair? Y'all see this?
You got gray hair, dog.
Is that what?
You
Is
have a
that
gray
lighting?
hair.
Nah, man, come on,
You
dog.
got a gray
I'm just sitting here like looking at myself and I'm like, bro, what is that?
hair.
Bro, come on, man.
Bro, that's
Fuck me
atrocious.
up.
That's
This is
disgusting,
this is
dude.
father. Look, this is fatherhood right here. You see this?
Oh man, I'm ready
This
for
is
it, man.
this
Turn
is
my
dad.
whole head gray.
But and then that sequence where like they don't make you fight Darth Vader, like you run from him, which
Yeah,
I
you just
thought
like
I thought that was perfect because like no bullshit, I had like 4 HP from fighting the Inquisitor.
what's
I
their
was like,
face? Yeah, the
yeah,
Inquisitor.
I was like, yo, I'm gonna die. And then Darth Vader showed up. I was like, yo, I have to run. And then like there's actually stormtroopers that shoot at you as you're running, and I was like, bro, if they hit me, I die. And then I got to the elevator. I was like, oh, thank God. And I'm like, oh God, he's ripping down the elevator. Like I'm going to die. Because like I don't know if you've really like read the comics and stuff,
Mm.
but Darth Vader is fucking broken.
Yeah, I know. He's nothing to fuck with, dude. Like,
Like actually, so like I
fucking
actually
wild.
I watched a video yesterday. It was like the 8 best decisions made in Star Wars, right? And one was Luke throwing away his lightsaber in episode 6 when he fought Darth Vader when he was like, I'm not going to fight you anymore. And everyone was like, the guy was like, good, because Vader would have killed him. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Yeah. Like Vader is if we ever had an actual like on-screen adaptation of anything from like the comic books or the or like the books, like Darth Vader would just like rip someone's asshole out of their
From their
body.
body.
Like just here's the tube. We're gonna shove it in your mouth, and you're just
I remember
die.
I remember reading the comic where, like, he gets ambushed by 100 rebels, and he's alone,
Oh yeah,
and
that
he
yo, that shit was my
slaughters
wallpaper for
them.
forever. When he
Yeah.
said, they were like, "We got you surrounded, surrender." He said, "All I'm surrounded by is fear, fear and dead men." And I'm like,
Yeah, and
"Oh
then just,
my
like,
god!"
he flicks his wrists and crushes them, dude. And then you know what I mean?
I mean, fucking what
Fucking
is that's a
obliterated.
because that's the same comic that Han and Leia like try to step on him with an AT-AT, and he
Mm.
just like holds it up, and they're like, "How is he doing this?" It's
The
great.
midichlorian. But, fucking I remember, like, okay, so, obviously, Starkiller doesn't exist anymore, right? But
Which that's a shame.
Starkiller was probably the only person that I can think of outside of Luke, because Luke is OP as fuck, right? Past the saga, he's like a god, you know? But, in Starkiller probably would have been the only person that I would imagine, besides, like, like, obviously, like, Revan or something like that, but they don't matter because it's a whole different fucking time era. But Starkiller is the only one that I could imagine would be able to face a fully strengthened Darth Vader. And
Yeah.
that's because he was on par with Darth Vader, when he wasn't just, like, max the fuck out, you know what I mean? And what happened? He constantly abused Starkiller's mind and his trust and everything to make him appear weaker than Vader was. But I'm pretty certain he could be the only person, if he still existed, that would be able to take on a max flexed fucking Darth Vader. But he doesn't exist anymore. So I guess it doesn't fucking matter. But Starkiller was that boy, dude. I love the Force Unleashed games.
I think Ashoka could accurately go toe to toe with Vader. But
I think
that's
so too.
but that's knowledge of your opponent rather than raw power. Like,
Yeah.
cuz she was taught and trained by him, she could fight him.
Yeah, and not just him, like, she was trained by, Obi-Wan, and she was trained by a few people, really. I don't remember everybody else, but I remember in the Clone Wars, her and Obi-Wan had some, like, training that she did, but she was, like, mostly trained by Anakin,
I mean, she was
so
dead ass his apprentice.
yeah, so she Padawan. Apprentice is for Sith.
Whatever, same thing.
I have my book over there somewhere. The Sith Handbook or whatever. But anyway, I'm pretty sure Ahsoka could take on Vader. Absolutely. Just from knowledge of the opponent. Yeah, absolutely. But if Starkiller existed, I feel like Starkiller would give the smackdown.
It would either eat or be eaten, you know?
Yeah, essentially. Like, that man was fucking powerful. Dude, who else in the entirety of Star Wars, like, in that era, pulls a fucking star destroyer out of the goddamn sky? That man was literally like, I don't know if I can do that. And General Kodo was like, you're gonna have to fucking try, dude, because if you don't, you're fucked. Like, it's the only option for you right now.
And
Like,
like
okay, fuck it, and just pulls the bitch out of the sky.
so like one of the things that I actually, cuz people actually meme that scene like all the time. But
Right,
one of the things that I enjoyed is like if you're a fan of Star Wars, you understand that the Force is more like an abstract like thing,
right,
and you like Jedi are essentially a conduit of it. Like that's really it.
mhm,
And your potential to use the Force is only limited by the user itself.
right.
It's kind of like the Green Lantern rings from DC
Yes,
Comics if you've ever
absolutely,
like
yeah.
fucked with that. And so like it made perfect sense that this motherfucker could yank this shit out the sky. Because
Right,
like if he believed he could do it, he could do it. You
right.
know? Like
But you also have to look at
Anakin was just blessed with like savant level mastery of the Force because of his midichlorian count.
yeah,
But like, I think that Anakin in his prime versus Luke in his prime, Anakin gets waxed.
I think so too.
Like, cause Luke like understood the Force at such a fundamental level that like he could have destroyed Vader. Like he could have like time travel bullshit and like fought him and then just like kicked his head. Well, so like that's a thing actually. If you read the old books, is Jason
Yeah.
Solo does this thing that's called like force walking or whatever, and he goes back in time to when Vader assaulted the Jedi Temple, and he's actually spotted and shot at by clone troopers. And
Right.
I think if Luke did that, he could have gave Vader the business.
He could have waxed his ass.
I firmly believe that. Like if
I believe so
especially
too.
like that era of books and stuff before what's considered legends now, not the new canon. Like Luke was strong, boys. Like I don't think people really realize that. But and I thought that that was the natural evolution of the character. Was like
Right.
he was carrying on like the torch that people like passed down to him, and he pushed himself because of that, and he became
Right.
such a like just fucking OP motherfuck. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's such a
Yeah.
he's just such a good character. And then
Dude,
like I have not watched the new movies. Like I just haven't. I
well,
never
it
got
doesn't matter.
around.
They're getting rid of them.
Yeah.
So
But like I haven't watched them. But which granted like how I know everything about him. Like how Luke died made sense to me. You
yeah.
know? Like
Even though it was kind
that
of
sounds like some Luke Skywalker shit.
yeah.
Like, damn, man, I fucked up by trying to kill my nephew, but you know what? I'm gonna go save everybody by not trying to kill my nephew, but I'm really just here to piss him off. That sounds like some Luke Skywalker shit to me. But
Like
you know what Star Wars game needs a sequel? This is kind of like a weird tangent.
what?
Has nothing to do with
Let's hear it.
anything.
Let's hear it.
Republic Commando.
Dude, yes! I've been talking about Republic Commando. It was so fucking good, dude. It
The
was
dynamic
so good.
the dynamics of the squad mechanics, like the whole shebang. That was such a good game, especially like in the era of Halo, where Halo at the time was king. Like Republic Commando, if they had pushed some more money into it for marketing, balance, whatever, like Republic Commando could have been the new shooter. Like it
Absolutely.
definitely could have. It was so
Absolutely.
well designed. And then
It's on Steam, isn't it?
yeah.
We should check and see if it has online play. We should play we should play it, dude. I'm telling you, we should play the game. We should play it. I want to play it again. It's
Because
so good.
and then it's like it's so disappointing that like these AAA studios like come out with this fucking like AAA studios came out with like Battlefront 2 and like obviously like fucking subpar to the old ones. Like of course like graphically they're better because new gen, new hardware, whatever, but like they're obviously subpar to the old stuff.
Absolutely.
And but like you could have just y'all are known for y'all first person shooters. Like make fucking Republic Commando. This is
Yeah,
it.
dude.
And like that's the shit that like fucked me up about like EA when they decided to make Battlefront. And I'm like, bro, like Republic Commando is dead ass in your wheelhouse. Like this
Yes,
is the
dude.
kind of shit that you make. Why don't you just make it? You fucking heathens.
It's not even them anymore. Like they don't have any. They can't. They fucking everything went to Lucas Games.
Hey, but I'm okay
Also,
with that.
it's on Steam and Xbox One. Also, hello, Illusionist. Welcome to the podcast, man. We need Star Wars 1313 or the canned Uncharted like game. I agree. Also, which I think is
I was about to say, weren't they the same thing?
Yeah, they were the same thing. But I'm super excited for Lucas Games. Okay, first they off the bat they walked out and they were like, "By the way, we're working on Knights of the Old Republic 3." and everybody was like, "Ah!" like, we've been waiting for this, you know? And so they have that, all right? And everybody's been wanting that. Anybody who's a fan of the original Knights of the Old Republic games have been craving, have been waiting, have been ranting online for fucking years because they were already working on Knights of the Old Republic 3, and then it got shut down and EA got all the fucking rights and they canned everything, including Star Wars 1313, which looked amazing. Everybody was super hyped for it. Everybody was stupid excited for it. And they literally released a gameplay trailer, and then EA got the rights and they were like, yeah, you know that game that all you guys were excited about? Fuck that game. We about to release Battlefront 1 and it's gonna have microtransactions. And that's what they did.
And no single player. Which I don't know about y'all, but like the Battlefront 2 campaign where you followed the 501st was so sick. That was so sick.
It was so cool.
Like honestly,
First for life, boys.
like honestly, like the game, like the missions themselves were whatever, but like those little like snippets of like you telling me this fucking war story was so flames. Like just like, yeah, man, we fought next to Ayla Sakura, and man, I hope when the order came down, like she went quick, and you know, yeah, we fought next to Yoda, and man, he was really fucking strong and intimidating, and we did this and we did this, and then we marched on the fucking temple, and no one spoke, and I was just like, yo,
it was so
like
fucking
it added
real,
such like
dude.
gravitas to everything. Like, oh my god, it was so good.
So Zero says they were two different games. 1313 was Lucas Arts, and the Uncharted like game was Amy Henning, the Uncharted director. Let me put my glasses on so I can actually read without like being down there. And the second game was led by EA. Illusionist says, as of last week, I recently got into Star Wars. My friend is annoyed because I've been watching the prequels first. No, absolutely. Watch the prequels first. I mean, granted, a lot of Star Wars nerds are going to be like, oh, the prequels are not as good as, 4, 5, and 6.
But the prequels are actually getting a lot of love recently.
Well, that's because the new movies fucking suck. You know what I mean? Like, that's because the new movies are fucking garbage, and they're like, well, at least the prequels aren't that, So yeah, absolutely, Illusionist, man. Watch the prequels and then watch the later movies. Like, I don't see a problem in that. Like, if you want to fully understand and grasp the whole situation behind 4, 5, and 6, watch 1, 2, and 3 if you want to. If
like,
your friend's
why?
giving
Like,
you a hard time, like what?
like, why would you watch something and then like watch something else and like, oh, this is what they were talking. This is like the moment that they were talking about in this thing and shit like that. Like that makes no sense. Like just watch it happen.
They're numbered for a reason, like, I've watched episode 1, 2, and 3, and 4 so far, and didn't really like 4, but love 2 and 3. I mean, that's fair. I totally understand it. For someone who's coming into Star Wars, right, and they know nothing about Star Wars at all, and then they start watching the prequels into the late movies, right? The late movies were shot
in the 70s.
Like in the fucking 70s. Like, they're not going to be as up to date
now
graphically
5
or like CGI wise.
5 is good. 5 is mad good.
Fucking awesome.
Because 4. So like a lot of like the conversation about the new movies is like it's 4, 5, and 6 all over. Like,
yes.
Because 4 is like introducing you to this universe. And so like watching the first 3 movies like kind of like fucks that up because you already know the universe at this point. And it's setting a stage that you're already aware of, but they're pretending that you don't because when that movie came out, you didn't. But 5 is because it's a continuation of 4, it can just do the thing. Like it can just tell its story. It doesn't have to introduce you. Yeah. The pacing is much better. The character development is much better. Where like the 4th movie is more like character introduction. It's introducing you to Han, Leia, Chewie, Obi-Wan, whatever. Uh, and it's 5 was hated when it just came out, bro. That's why I love that movie so much because like it adds a lot of like context to why Vader is so important and also what's this weird dynamic between him and Luke and all sorts of shit. Like, oh my god,
Right.
it's so good. And plus, like the Hoth battle scene is just so flames. Like,
The um illusionist says or Shat says that you're on the quieter side. So I turned you up on my side to see if it would better. Um and then illusionist says I just love Anakin much more than Luke so far. Okay, fair.
that's fair.
Okay. Like I forget his name. The guy who plays Anakin.
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, Hayden Christensen. He is an amazing actor. Okay, I'm tired of acting like he did such a bad job with Anakin. No, he did not. He was amazing as Anakin.
If anything, the script itself was weak. I
Yeah,
think like what he was given, which like in the second movie, like Anakin's moody, whatever.
right.
It's his coming into his own thing. Um,
He's growing up. He's coming into his own person.
right. And he's dealing with these conflicted feelings and he's dealing with all this turmoil within himself. And then the third movie, like by this point, he's a war hero. He's someone that believes that he should be like a master. He's up here with the rest of them and they don't treat him that way. So of course he's like angry, and plus like the years of hiding his marriage to Padme and I almost said anime. Well,
Which
uh
everybody knew that he was married to Padme, even when he was like, "Oh, I'm not married to Padme." Like, everybody
no,
knew. Everybody knew what was going on. Like Obi-Wan even says something about it in fucking in the Clone Wars animated series.
which I highly recommend watching. It adds a lot of depth to both to all the characters
Yes,
because
especially
like
Rex. Rex is that
so like
motherfucking
so
boy.
like so like somebody like someone pointed out something once and I agreed with this, which is like if you're watching the prequel trilogy, the movie or the war starts in episode 2 and ends in episode 3, and there's like a huge story that you're missing like between these 2 points, and that's where like the Clone Wars comes in to fill that gap and like really embellish all that stuff and really just like flush it out, make you understand like why, like even though Grievous died like a limp dick bitch in the movie, like you understand who he is and why he's such a threat and why he needs to go down. Um and the significance of like what's going on with the battle over Coruscant and shit like that. It's really worth like if you're if you're down to just like binge a show just because you have the time, like Clone Wars is definitely like
Clone
pretty
Wars is
solid.
definitely the way to go. Yeah.
And then plus like especially if you're like getting into the Mandalorian, like watch it because it explains like Ahsoka and who she is and why she's important and shit like that.
Illusionist asks, "Do I watch Rogue One before I watch the rest of the movies?" I think Rogue One takes place before
Episode 4.
4. Yeah,
So
so you need
Rogue
to watch one, two,
One
three, Rogue One, Episode 4.
so Rogue One is more like a war story. So you can really watch that
But it also
whenever.
explains how they get the details about
The plans
the
in episode 4.
yeah. That because like that leads directly into Episode 4, essentially. Like
Yeah, like
that
it's
happens and then
actually like
Episode 4 happens.
moments. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that movie happens, Rogue One happens, and then Episode 4 kicks off. Like that, like
Yeah,
immediately.
like unpopular fucking opinion, when Rogue One came out, I did not like it.
I didn't care for it either, but after like rewatching it, it's a good movie. It
Yeah.
is. It's really okay. Thank you guys. Of course. Also, hello, Zophie. Welcome to the stream. If you haven't yet, Zophie, this is Rewrite that I'm on stream with right now. Zero, would you mind giving a shout out to? Or you're in my chat, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you in my chat right now? Zero, will you give a shout out for Rewrite real quick so Zophie can go over there and give Rewrite a follow? That way she is fully entered into the podcast or into the giveaway. Which, by the way, we are extending the giveaway. So in the last video that we did, we said that it was going to be not this podcast, but the podcast after this one in our YouTube video. And so we want to stick with that. So Rewrite corrected me on that, and so we're going to extend it. So we're not announcing the winner for this for the giveaway on this podcast. It'll be the one after this one, just so everybody is aware of what's going on there. Anyway, yeah, Rogue One was amazing. So like you gotta watch 1, 2, and 3, then Rogue One, and then I think actually it's 1, 2, 3, Solo, Rogue One, Episode 4.
I haven't watched Solo, but also like I'm uber uninterested.
So it's actually really good.
No, I like, and like I'm not saying it's a bad movie or anything like that. It's just like, okay, this is like a one shot for
right.
Han Solo,
But
which
it sets up everything for Han Solo. Like all his stories about how he ran the fastest.
the Kessel Run.
Yeah, the Kessel Run. Like he does that in the movie. Like it shows you how he does it in the movie, and then how he won the ship from fucking
Lando.
Lando. How he wins the ship from Lando. How he catches him cheating. Like all that stuff. Like it shows you every bit and piece of how he does it.
I just think out of all the characters that needed like their own like little story, like Han was not the one. Like just why?
Because he's a fan favorite. That's really it.
I'm glad that they're giving Obi-Wan like a TV show.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that
was my favorite character.
I think TV shows like for the format of like character development are much better than movies because you have much more time to like invest into them.
Right.
Which Obi-Wan is definitely like one of the characters that needs depth, and I wonder if I actually like hope that the series like kind of parallels with what is it Rebels, right? When he throws down with Dooley Boy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick.
Fucking Rebels is apparently really good too. I haven't watched Rebels, but
so Rebels, like the
supposed to
pacing
be,
at
like,
the beginning sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I've tried to watch.
I know, like
I know it's good, but I watched the beginning and I'm like, bro, this is gonna be an ordeal. Like
it's gonna be a chore. So yeah, I mean, as far as Star Wars goes, dude, like I'm super excited because one, they've already pretty much stated that we're getting a new Knights of the Old Republic game. Two, Lucas Games is now in charge of it and not fucking EA. Thank fucking Christ. I hate EA from the bottom of my heart. I hate EA. I cannot stand EA. Okay. So at least there's those two things, you know? So we have a promising future for Star Wars games. Again, finally. After fucking EA decided they were going to ruin Star Wars along with the latest movies. That being said, can we talk about something that actually like kind of deters from gaming, but not entirely?
I don't care.
The stocks.
Stonks.
Bro, the stocks, bro. GameStop saved by Redditor shit posters. That is the greatest fucking thing I've ever read in my life. That is amazing. I woke up and I see that GameStop has liquefied all their assets to pull themselves out of, or not all of it, but most of their assets to pull themselves out of debt from these fucking hedge fund companies and shorties and all that stupid shit, and save themselves. And this shit has been going on for years, dude. Years. These companies have been fucking GameStop over constantly. Everybody was all pissed off thinking it was GameStop's fault. Fuck no, it wasn't GameStop's fault. It was these fucking stupid ass millionaire bastards who's been shorting and buying out GameStop over and over periodically throughout the years, making them practically worthless. And turns out we were all mad at GameStop for no fucking reason, dude. And now that they've saved their ass, they can finally come back and be the GameStop that they used to be when they first came out, which is hype as fuck.
That
It
is
is
hype
super
as fuck.
exciting. It is super exciting. I love GameStop. When I was a kid, I used to dream that my only job that I would ever have, that I would love to work at, that I would only care about would be GameStop. Granted, I worked there, and the most I made was $93, but that was like before they filed for bankruptcy. That was like right before they filed for bankruptcy. So
I think like GameStop is such a cultural like gaming establishment
they were
that,
saved by meme stocks.
man, fuck, the market's full of shit anyway. Like,
Yeah,
or the current rendition of the stock market is full of shit.
yeah,
Because like, so like, I don't know. Here's a fun factoid. Like, the stock market was established so that the public people could invest in a company, and that company could buy resources to supply themselves, make more money, make more profit, and then you could give that, essentially you could sell your shares back to the company for money
yes,
to get a return of investment. That's what
right.
the stock market
Because
is
you help
designed.
them grow.
Right. That's what it's designed to do.
Right.
Now, because we have optimized like capitalism to a toxic degree, um, it's no longer about that. It's about creating money from other people's money. And I don't know if y'all know this, but that's kind of fucked. Uh, because why should I profit off of other people's labor? Like, that's kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know? Like if I'm supplying neither a good nor a service, like what am I doing to earn money other than take your money? Like, that's kind of fucked.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like honestly, like shorts and hedge companies, like they shouldn't fucking exist in the first goddamn place. Okay? That should be illegal. Should be vastly illegal. Like the fact that these companies are able to manipulate the stocks, right? To a degree that benefits only them and the people that are investing into them specifically is garbage. That is the fucking dumbest thing I think I've ever really like studied into as far as economics goes, right? So, or I would classify that into economics at least. But anyway, like the fact that GME was illusionist says because you bear the risk. So the thing is that these companies that you invest into these things, correct? And when you invest into them, you're not seeing any kind of profitable return because these companies are making sure that you never see this profitable, like that big of a profitable return. But because these shit posting Redditors found out what was going on and they took the fight to the hedge companies, they were able to push the hedge companies back on their shares and increase the stock back to where it's supposed to be versus where it was at. Which when it was starting at, like when this whole situation started, it was at like $1.05
Mhm.
right? And then they pushed them back and fixed the stock for GME, which pushed the stock up to $360 fucking dollars.
And then suddenly you couldn't sell your fucking stocks either, which I think that's shit.
Which was class warfare at that point, which is why we have a whole fucking class action lawsuit against the fucking against Citizen. So or Citadel is what's called against Citadel. So the class action lawsuit was filed against Citadel, and the members of Citadel is like the CEO of fucking Robinhood, and then Two of them are members in the hedge fund company that was funding Robinhood. You know, like that shit just runs deep, dude. And these people are also sitting on like some of the fucking political spots, which is also crazy because you're not supposed to be able to do that either. It's a fucking sham.
It's all
Everybody
a
should be
sham.
pissed about it. Everybody should be fucking mad. And no one cares. These people have been manipulating you and stealing your money from your stocks this whole time, which has prompted Wall Street to finally get looked at, which has been an issue for God knows how long, right? So Wall Street's finally being looked at and being like, "Why the fuck have you been allowing this?" And it turns out, "Oh, I don't know, so we can fill
Oh
our own
damn!
pockets."
Damn, this is happening. That's crazy. Is
Yeah, exactly.
essentially what the response is.
They're like,
Uh
"Oh no."
oh no! Damn, we got caught, boys. What the fuck do we do now?
Yeah, what are we gonna do? I guess we can create a smoke screen and stand down from our positions. Um, so dumb, dude. Everybody should be pissed about this. These guys have been fucking stealing from us, from anybody who's invested any kind of money into anything at all. These people have been manipulating it so that you don't get anything back from it, besides maybe like $10, $15 tops. That's all you'll
And,
get.
and like that shit runs super deep because like stocks aren't really taught in like public education. Like you have to take
Absolutely.
like an advanced like college level like economics course or like do your research on your own because like you have access to the fucking internet to like
Right.
understand exactly what all this stuff means. Because in school they don't teach you shit about like like I think the stock market and taxes like go hand in hand because this is both of those things are how other people are affecting your money.
Right.
Like what cuz like for example, a lot of companies base their base salary off of what their stock, if they're a public traded company, like what their stock is worth. So like if their stock is being manipulated to be on the low end, like they're going to pay you a lower wage.
Right.
That's just to them that's what makes sense mathematically. And if they could show you this on paper and to you having no knowledge of the situation would be like, okay, this makes sense.
Right.
But if those stock prices are being manipulated to be on the low end to manipulate people's salary, like then that becomes a whole different conversation. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So and especially with a huge conversation going on of the minimum wage being raised to $15 an hour, like the stock market definitely needs to be looked at.
Exactly. Illusionist says same with taxation. Higher taxation, higher prices.
But also, I think that taxes need to be more transparent.
I agree.
Like if in 90% of the countries in the world, if you go and buy something, their taxes are included in the total price instead of at the register. So you're not sitting here fucking with that math in your head. Like what you like if this orange, this is an example, mind you, like I don't know how extreme these circumstances is, but like if this orange says it's $8 and you take that shit to the register, like that shit's gonna be $8 as opposed to here if it says $8, it's gonna be 8 times 8
Point
plus point
15.
8 times 1 times 8, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
And then it turns out the orange is actually like $9.17.
but also
No,
like
it would be
pri
10.25 cents.
so like I had this conversation not too long ago and it basically what it boils down to is the reason why prices can be so high is because the market will allow the prices to be that high. As in the
Right.
free market. Like
Mhm.
because you will pay for stuff, that's why the prices are what they are.
Right.
Like for example, like you and I have both worked in the movie industry. Every year, the movie industry as a whole, like the actual like brick and mortar theaters, not the movie like production industry, ups the price of everything by a quarter every single year. Like that's and the thing is because people continue to buy concessions, they don't change their prices, even though
Right.
the production cost of like a large popcorn is like 90 cents and you pay $12 or whatever for it, which is like a bajillion% fucking markup. Like
Right.
the market is bearing the weight of that, and therefore they're doing it. They can get away with it.
Exactly. Exactly. Um, Illusionist said something here. Hold
He
on.
says
Illusionist
competition
says,
can drive down price though, but we have monopolies. But
yeah,
competition and undercutting are not the same thing.
right.
Because I am selling you a service at subpar value does not necessarily create like healthy competition drives prices. But
Right.
like for example, one of the things that Walmart does, especially like overseas, is they'll pop up a store, find out what the median like price of everything in the area is, cut that shit in half, sell it at a loss, put everyone else out of business, then put the prices back to the original prices.
Exactly.
But your business is gone, so why the fuck do they care?
Exactly.
And you have to pay their prices because you now
Which
have
will
no other options.
exactly, which will prompt people to buy more of, because you have nobody else to buy from. You only have them to buy out of. What? 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 I see a hand.
That was fucking weird, dude.
Sparta. Well, yeah, I
He was
saw
like
his hand.
creeping in here. Like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is he doing, dog?
um, Moving away from GME, there is one thing that I want to talk about that I think is probably one of the biggest things to talk about right now is Valheim.
I
Valheim is a game
I
that
like
was
I dead
released.
ass have seen people streaming it, but I haven't like looked.
So Valheim was released like last week on Monday, something like that. I think it was either that or it was like the 21st of last month or somewhere around that like bracket area. And it's already shot up to being like one of the top fucking number 1 rated games on Steam. And if you guys haven't yet, Valheim is like this Nordic sandbox open world, like constantly randomized generated fucking experience where you and your friends can get on. You can build like these Nordic houses, you can build boats and stuff like that and explore this massive world and go on adventures and so on and so forth. And it looks really good. The graphics wise, it doesn't look too impressive graphically, but I mean it is like I wouldn't expect too much out of it, like graphically, but everything else looks pretty damn good, pretty interesting, honestly. I have it on my wish list right now. I've been looking at it, contemplating if it's something that I want to get into. Um, but I think I'm gonna get into it and probably play it on my own and talk a little bit more about it in the next podcast. But
I think if it's worth it, like we should try to do like some kind of weird like community like play date thing.
that'd be cool. I would be down for a little play date or something like that, you know? We could invite the kids over, we could grill out on the barbecue, have a few beers. I don't drink, but you know.
Oh, I drink, so that's fine. I'll drink enough for both of us. Fuck
I
the
think it'd
dumb
be cool to
shit.
do like a community play thing. I'm sure there's some people in chat that would be down to come play and everything too.
To do
Granted, if
something.
absolutely. In fact, I was talking to my buddy Kite, who's also another streamer, about doing a co-stream for Clue, which is on Steam. I don't know if you'd be down to do that, but I've been talking with him to see if he'd be down to do something along those lines with me. Maybe even like Monopoly or like Life or something like that, because they're all on Steam and like it's a cool little fun.
Listen, Monopoly just make me want to stab people to death.
Look, dog, look. It's gonna be fine. All right, we're all friends in the end. Okay, just don't land on Boardwalk. You land on Boardwalk, I'll have to fucking exercise you. I gotta go, but take care, guys. Have a great one. Of course, Illusionist, of course. Also, everybody, once I finish this stream, I haven't made it. Never mind. Ignore what I'm saying. I'll figure it out as we go. But yeah, like we've been talking about doing like a little community play with like other streamers to like play some like board games or something along those lines. Zero and Shaz really want to see a Mapmeister and a Zero Kite collab video. And I was like, well, I think it'd be amazing if we bring in like CJ and Rewrite and other like friends that we've made through streaming. I think that would be really cool. Like King Skeletor, if we brought King Skeletor in for a game. Like, I mean, these aren't people that per se, but it'd be a good way to get to know this side of like my community, for instance, of people that I know and that I'm friends with and that are amazing streamers as
we
well.
we could always just all play Warzone or some shit, like some
Oh
dumb
fuck.
shit.
I can't play Warzone, dude. I don't have the hand-eye coordination for shooting
Bro,
games.
you better find that shit.
I'm garbage, dog. I'm garbage, bro. I'm
That's why
like
you.
Brock.
This is why you hate Halo, because you
This,
suck. That's the
this
secret.
isn't it. This isn't the reason, I swear it. But no, like I mean, I just feel like Halo is so fucking drawn out at this point, dude. It's like Final Fantasy, bro. Like, well, I guess Final Fantasy can get away with it because it's always a different game every time it comes out, or almost every time it comes out. It's always like almost an entirely different experience. But Halo, it's like the same fucking thing over and over again. How many fucking rings is Master Chief gonna destroy? Like I'm tired of seeing these damn rings in the sky.
Listen,
I'm tired of I'm
I
tired of
just like to boot
Cortana
up
letting me
multiplayer with
down.
the boys and do it to people. That's what I
Okay,
like to
that's
do.
different. I can play that. Like the online multiplayer for
Infinite's gonna
Halo
be
is
free,
amazing.
and Infinite's gonna be free. Yeah,
What?
yeah, so serious, and
That's kind of
especially
dope.
because it's coming out on PC as well. Like, ooh, you gonna catch this
That's
full
kind of
shot to the
exciting.
noggin, bitch boys. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm like, actually, if you've ever watched my competitive streams, like at all, like I'm a fucking savage. Also,
He's a toxic
don't ever ask me to roast you because I will roast the fuck out of you.
gamer. He's a toxic gamer.
I slick am. I'm the nicest motherfucker. Like, don't get it twisted. I'll give you this jacket right now if you cold. Like for real, for real. But yo, you asked me to roast you.
Thomas, you've
What's
worn
that?
that jacket. You,
For like
you
10 years. Dead
you've worn
ass.
that
Since like
same
high school.
since goddamn high school. I'm pretty sure I remember when you got that shit, dude. But yeah, like I think it'd be a really cool time. And plus you get to meet like the other streamers that are like within my community.
So something actually that might be like an idea, I guess, would be like we do several, and as we do them, the primary streamer pick a game,
Okay.
and then we do it that way. And then so like that way we can like maybe someone wants to play like fucking Uno, and then maybe someone wants to play fucking like Monopoly, maybe someone wants to play like Warzone, maybe someone wants to play like maybe we want to play
Like
board games, maybe we want to play like fucking MMOs, maybe we want to do a whole bunch of shit. As long as it
right.
doesn't cost like an exorbitant amount of money, like it should be all right.
Right. I'll talk it. I want to kind of. I'm gonna message the other streamers that I'm friends with and see if we could create a specific Discord where like we can come together and like chat and be like, well, this is the kind of idea that I've had for like my streams, and then this is the kind of idea that I've had for your stream, or blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And like come together and like communicate through that, so that way we have a basis to like touch on. You know. I'll
It's worth
talk.
look.
What do you think?
It's worth like trying out. I don't see why not.
Okay. I'll talk with like King Skeletor, and I'll talk with Kite and CJ and see what they think. I like King Skeletor. So King Skeletor is a streamer that I found not too long ago, honestly. Really cool guy. If you haven't checked him out, I think he might be in my chat right now. I'm not entirely sure. He's fairly I guess like in terms of placement, like I guess he would be like an early or new streamer, considering like follower to viewer ratio in that bracket. You know what I mean? But he's a really cool streamer. I've been just like vibing, dog. Like whenever I see him online, I usually try and get in and like watch his streams and stuff. Really cool guy. He streams right now. He's doing like Persona 5. But I think I want to kind of bring him in onto like my community and like kind of help his channel grow and stuff. We've been putting in some work. The fucking twins have been killing it, man. Zero and Shads have been just like, oh, Map introduced me to this guy, so I'm gonna go watch his stream, or Map introduced me to this person, so I'm gonna watch their stream. They're really active. They are a huge part of this community, honestly. But I'm out of things to talk about.
Are you frozen?
Besides your
Okay.
besides your cute face.
This face requires a lot of maintenance, boys.
Yeah. But shit, what's
Also,
our runtime right now?
I'm at an hour 20. You're at an hour 19.
I think it's a good place to call the podcast, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm out of things to talk about. There really hasn't been a lot of news as far as games go right now. I will
Yeah, we're
say
kind of
that
in
I
the
really
lull.
yeah, I will say that I kind of want to get into the PS5 a little bit, because there are games like that I'm really interested in. Like Werewolf recently came out, and apparently that's a fucking banger. So I want to check that out. I'll probably look at some footage for it. I haven't seen anything for it, but some guys at work have been talking about it. They said that it's pretty fucking good. So I might take a look at it, see what the videos for it are showing, and hate my life even more because I don't have a PS5, because people who scout PlayStations and Xboxes are garbage. And if I ever caught them on the street, I'd give them their one. But
I
you
actually
know?
I pivot because like I pivoted my plans from getting the next gen consoles to just like upgrading my PC. So like in the
Yeah,
next probably the next like month or so, like my stream is gonna get like a major upgrade. Like major upgrade. Like
hell yeah.
I'm getting a stream dedicated PC, like I'm getting a mic stand, I'm getting fucking talking about getting lights and a green screen and a whole bunch of other shit and
I like my mic. Look at this thing. Look at this. I like this thing
yeah, we have like
because
the same mic.
yeah, like virtually, right?
Yeah. It's like dead ass
I
the
like
same mic.
I like this thing. It's the Yeti blackout.
Mm.
Yeti blackout.
Yeah, I have a
I like
Yeti
it a lot.
X. But I want like a stand so that like cuz like I have to position my hands all weird to like type on my keyboard and stuff and like if I just had like nothing here, like that would be cool and
Right.
dedicated PC to take like a load off of my like PC and which like I'm getting what's called a NUC, which I don't know if you know what a NUC is, but like a NUC is a like a it's like this big. Like it's a tiny PC that's really good for like dedicating it to like one specific thing and I'm just going to like slap my capture card in it and that's what it's going to do is going to stream. Um
Okay.
to so that my computer can just worry about like playing the game. Um
Instead of having to do everything at once.
yeah, instead of having to do everything at once.
It's a smart
Uh
play.
plus it's like a $500 investment or something like that. It's nothing
Oh, that's
like
not that bad.
yeah, it's not like crazy. It's not like I'm building like one of those back there, which like that's a $750 PC and just that's got some beef to it. I don't need all that.
Mine was Mine was 600 for the PC, then it was 120 for the monitor, 80 for the mic. It was 70 for the speakers. I already had the headphones. So, but coincidentally, I didn't pay for any of this. Um the stream paid for it, which was fucking awesome. So again, thank you guys so much for helping me be able to afford to upgrade. I really do appreciate it. It's been a huge help. Obviously, it's increased my the look of my streams and so on. And I really do appreciate everything that you guys do. Tex, thank you so much for the bits, man. I appreciate that as well. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Thank you for the 20 bits. I appreciate it. It didn't tell me. It literally did not pop up on the screen that it was 20 bits. So I had to count it out in my head. I'm sorry, okay? God. But I think that's gonna do it for me, man. I mean, do you have anything of note?
Tiamat's about to come out on Smite, end of the month. Just check it out.
Well, there you go. There's your weekly Smite news or monthly Smite news. I think that's a thing that we should implement is like monthly Smite news.
Oh, bruh. Me and Jacob did a podcast for 3 hours about Smite. Like,
Oh my god.
I can talk about Smite till the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
Smite and Star Wars, bro. And Halo. Probably a bunch of other shit.
There you go. But if you guys haven't yet, our giveaway is still running. If you guys are interested, make sure you guys follow myself and Rewrite for to get entered into the giveaway. I'm sure that somebody will link the giveaway notes down below in the chat to the side there. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, please come visit us at www.twitch.tv/mapmeister333 and /I rewrite here on Twitch. We would love to see you guys from the YouTube channel come hang out with us in Twitch streams.
Yes.
But that's gonna do it for me. I guess it's gonna do it for Rewrite too. So I will see you guys in a few, because I might start streaming Dragon Quest. I'm not entirely sure. I've got to check in with my wife and see what she wants to do. And if she's down for not doing anything today, I'll be back to play some Dragon Quest. So I will let you guys know in the Discord if I'll be live or not. So I will see you guys maybe in a few minutes. And if I don't, then I will see you guys on Friday afternoon. So I will see you guys. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye,
Bye, everybody.
friends.
Goodbye, friends. Goodbye. Goodbye.